Welcome to another episode of the Lights Everywhere podcast, where we showcase individuals, ordinary people just like you and I, that are learning how to live their God given purpose in their everyday lives. Today I have with me Maryam Garba, the CEO and founder of Maryam Garba LLC. Maryam has been sharing her story of how God has taken her through a journey of discovery of her purpose. Today she'll be talking about how God began to give definition and structure to that purpose, and those things that He really placed in our lives, in her life, to bring definition and structure to her purpose. Miriam, you're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, so after college, I moved to Chicago and I'd already started the fashion business. But then, I would say at the start of 2014, I enrolled in the Leading Lights program.
Yeah.
And at the time, the fashion business was growing, but what I started to sort of realize during the course of the program was that perhaps Maryam Garba LLC was just an example of what God really wanted to do, and that perhaps there was really a bigger purpose to Maryam Garba LLC than what I thought it was, which was a business. And in the Leading Lights program, I learned that purpose is not really just about you. It's about what God is able to do through you. And from time to time, people have come to me to sort of ask, about entrepreneurship, or how they could get started, or how they could get organized in putting their finances or their financial life together. So then I thought I could start another organization that would, in a way, mentor and nurture emerging entrepreneurs. So I started the Billionaires Club, which is a network of millionaires and billionaires who are determined to basically create kingdom wealth. And since then, we've been growing, but pretty much what I've been able to do through that is just nurture that spirit of entrepreneurship that a lot of people have, but perhaps have not been able to bring to fruition, and also teach people about how wealth can be used for God's purposes.
When I look at you, Maryam Garba, I see you as an apostle in that business sphere of influence. Many people think that sometimes when you're living out your purpose, you have to be serving in a church, or locked within the four walls of a church, or doing something that is always religious. But as you talked about the Leading Lights program, which is actually a vision that God gave to my husband, Pastor Lan, the pastor of Citylight Church, to raise individuals and help raise leaders in the different spheres of influence that will identify the purpose that God has given them. And there are different classes, there are different modules that he actually takes all these participants through, and by going through the Leading Lights, they actually emerge as a very solid person who knows what they've been called to do, and who is going about it and living it out actively. So as an apostle to the business sphere of influence, who are the people in your mission field? Who are the people that you believe God has sent you to? I know that you have touched about it in one way or another, but who are the people that drive you, your passion, that you're passionate about?
Yeah, I would say pretty much anyone who desires or aspires towards wealth. And I think that's pretty much a lot of people, whether in corporate America or living other jobs or working in other jobs that they're aspiring for, because what people think is driving them is the money. So a good way to create wealth is through entrepreneurship, but entrepreneurship doesn't end at just entrepreneurship. It's about what then is the purpose of this entrepreneurship? So people come to you because they're drawn in first by that lure of, oh, this person is an entrepreneur, or they look like they have it together, or they look like, they have their finances in order. That's the initial draw. But as they get to know you, they realize that maybe entrepreneurship or this wealth is just a part of it, that maybe there really is more. So I think anyone to whom sort of the message of I can be an entrepreneur, or I can create wealth, and I can change and transform my background regardless of where I've come from. I can raise up myself into wealth and into significance even if I've come from obscurity. I think those are the people to whom I've been sent.
Yeah, and that's really powerful because money is a powerful tool
Yeah.
that I believe is necessary in this, end time harvest, that God has called us to be a part of. So it's such a pivotal place to be in, and it's something to really be handled with a whole lot of, I guess, a lot of a sense of awe, because to whom much is given, much is required. And I know that you're living it out passionately. You're doing this with every ounce. That I know you as a very focused, determined person. You're a go-getter. I know you as someone who, when God places a dream and if you're sure that it's from God, you run with it, with more than 100% of it. And I really appreciate that about you. So we thank Maryam again for joining us, and thank you for viewing today. We will be continuing another episode of the Lights Everywhere podcast. So till then, stay blessed.